It's the Caitlin Lee MTGO Show.
Kind of a mopey pack, I like Raptor. I like Emperor Bones. Maybe Memory Lamps. Basically Time Walk, Yeah, it sounds accurate, Fluffy Face. Yeah, I was gonna take the Mox Diamond, Oh yeah, Geeky? You just get, like, jazzed about a Pack 1 Pick 1 Fire Confluence. Hey, Baragwave, nice. You mean not really? Oh, okay. So maybe Mopey is accurate. Valid, Geeky, valid. Twitch chat, be Twitch chatting. We passed a Corpse Dance. I only mentioned that because there's an Emrakul in the pack here. What do you think my odds are of getting a frog? Getting a Psychic Frog to bin this Echo? Because that could be real tasty. I half want to take this Athari and just be fucking Mardu. Just like Mardu shitbags. We have a Mox Diamond. We can kind of do whatever, right? Get a, like, Winds and Sculler here. Yeah, good old Mardu dipshits. Maybe the color of Paraguay, Y'all want to jack some rabbits? I want to jack some fucking rabbits. Speaking of rabbits, I almost finished my first garden bed today. I ran out of screws. This is the only reason I didn't finish it. But that thing's gonna be massive. 4 feet tall. I was up there, like, if the bunnies get into this thing, those will be some impressive fucking bunnies. Looking at Eagles here. Thinking about the Blazemeyer Verge. Could help with the splash. Let's grab Eagles. I think they'll be better for that overall. We'll end up with more duels, Currently, it is looking like Red's the splash, so I'm not going to grab Raptor, even though Raptor is the best card in this pack by a bit. You'd rather jack an unjacked rabbit? Fair enough, fair enough. Bunny's ready to go under it. I've got a metal mesh that's going underneath it that'll be large enough for earthworms and tight enough that I think even, like, voles will have a rough time digging into the garden bed. Copper wire and a 9-volt battery. This is sounding a little convoluted. I'm sure that would work, though. I kind of want Dam. I'm gonna take the fixing for Eagles to grab. So both these cards are fine. I'm gonna take this Deathrite though. So far we have a Mox Diamond. I think we'll get some fetches and stuff. I think the Deathrite will work out. Green looking kind of open at the end of that pack. There's that Pyroglyph I mentioned. There's a Plateau here, too. I don't think red was open enough for Plateau to wheel, is the issue. I think somebody's in Boros, even though we have this Athari. So it's a matter of what's more important to us, and I currently think it's the Pyroglyph. Pyroglyph's fucked up. Well, Luminarch isn't as good as it used to be, but it is still quite good with Jacked Rabbit, I think it fits here. Some solid red cards in that pack, but I would like to keep red to a splash. So I'm going to ship them down. Hey, Elegant Parlor. I feel better about passing that Plateau now. Lotus Petal's an easy way to get an artifact in the bin for the Goyfs. Wouldn't mind that wheel. Into Scrubland. Perfect. The MARDU mana base is coming together. Some nice black cards here to potentially wheel, I'm gonna forget about that fucking equipment. I'm gonna see Stoneforge missing. Be like, I don't have an equipment. Pass it. Yeah, maybe I should keep it out and play around myself. My favorite part of watching Talisk's videos, that's the band that's playing right now, is seeing if I can follow the concertina's player's fingers, because it's just a goddamn blur, you know? Really fun. What a fun little instrument. Really not my pack, huh? Suppose. Hey, there's some fetches. I think that's still the goal. The Mind Twist is certainly tempting. But so is casting my spells. Currently, we don't look like we have enough black cards for Grief. I think we'll have a solid number in next pack, though. I think a couple of these packs were just weird. And hardcasting Grief is good. So Skyclave's a solid card. I'm thinking about the Ephemerate. Ephemerate Pyroglyph is very good. I was going to grab the Skyclave. Not going to overthink it. I'll be kicking myself if I get Solitude later, though. Ephemerate Grief is good, but like I said, I don't think I'm going to be pitch casting the Grief as often as I am just casting it normal. How is Elspeth these days in Cube? This one depends on your deck. I think she'd be okay here. One issue is that she just is like starting to get scaled out. Historically, she was really good at attacking other planeswalkers. Now you play her and you put on plays a Minskin Boo and you're like, oh, okay. Thinking about Sleeper, thinking about Unearth. Some nice Unearth targets. Hey, and Unclear Mox. Been having pretty good luck with those today. If the Mox wasn't in the pack, I'd be taking Fable. I value Fable very highly. Basically, after I realized in my Legacy Fable decks that my win rate was way higher when I resolved that card, it's like, okay, alright. This thing should probably just be in everything, Hello, Shieldred. Actually, this is an interesting pack, Ragavan, Vindicate, Crabomination, and Fire Covenant are all real interesting. I think Ragavan's a little awkward off the splash. We're just not going to have an untapped red on one very often. Oh, there's Philia here, too. Yeah, I was thinking that Fire Covenant made the most sense off the splash, which is like the one-sided sweeper, right? And then you wheel the Vindicate. I think what I'm going to do, though, is take the Philia, and that'll blink Pyroglyph, and, you know, just be awesome. Olafot's interesting. I'm going to take this Godless Shrine. We already have a Scrubland, but it doesn't make more duels bad, right? So I'd like this Inquisition, but Containment Priest and Philia are pretty good together, aren't they? Lauren would be solid out of this pack as well. We need like 3 more playables. I'm a fan of Baleful Mastery. I think you're supposed to take the Troll here, though. Even though I can't get red mana. This is indeed Santiano. You have a good year. Haven't played a Hero Bladehold in a bit. I lost a Hero plus Guide of Souls the other day. This is on MTV Unplugged. This track we're listening to right now. Vindicate and Fire Covenant wield. I think we're going to be kind of good against creatures. We have a lot of creatures that like 187 the opponent's critters already. I'm just going to grab Vindicate. Let me answer problem permanence. Also reduces the emphasis of the splash, right? Only having 2 red cards instead of 3. Less things that can go wrong. What is MTV Unplugged? A long time ago, MTV used to play music. It feels like another age. And they played a lot of pop and rock. So that's why I was smiling at Cianto getting played. Oh, Unplugged was all acoustic. Gotcha, Ziffa. Well, then Santiano would make more sense, wouldn't it? That's a much better answer. I think I'm just going to play the Carnage Interpreter. Because that's the only card of these three that I've actually seen win a game ever. In Vintage Cube. This is a little awkward that our curve's a bit higher, but it can still just be the last card you play. Deck trying to give me a forest so I can activate the life gain on Deathrite Shaman. Those would be 12 white sources. 12 black sources. How much red is this? 5? 5 red? 6 red? I think our mana's good, huh? Possible I should have been that hum. Get a crit in the bin for the Pyrogoyf here. The Time Walk deck ended up going 2-1. It got comboed out 2 out of 3 games in the finals match. The bagpipes aren't strictly on my folk playlist either. There's like a couple rock bands and a couple metal bands that use them. Here we go, huh? Here we go. The other Time Walk deck did 3-0, yeah. I think that first one, I said it at the time, but I think that first one would have 3-0'd in the average draft if you got to like play it over and over. If you got to sandbox mode it. The reason a sorcery speed, the Occult Epiphany, is if you're worried about your opponent drawing orcs for their turn and then flashing it in response. Could be disastrous, huh? And this isn't going to make a big difference in how I take my turn. I'm still going to want to attack. Hey, Carnage Interpreter was the 23rd card here strategist. But yeah, I'm obviously a fan. Thought about pumping the Skyclave so they couldn't trade with it, but I decided that was probably not the worst. I think I should have left a black open in case I wanted to activate the Deathrite Shaman, but I think what I'm going to be doing is cracking a clue. Awesome. Well, let's just do that again, huh? Draw lined up pretty well. Hand needs a balance, huh? Oh, shoot, what up? Hey, Budzinski, thanks for the 10 months. Bud says, Caleb, I'll be leaving Green Bay at the end of the month for good. I'm so sad. Wisconsin is awesome. Well, I'm sorry you're sad, Bud, but I'm glad you had a good time here. Glad you enjoyed the state. I agree with you. Wisconsin fucking rules. Every state has their pros and cons, and I wasn't a fan. I wasn't that big of a fan when I was growing up because I was growing up kind of in the middle of the nowhere. But the older I get, the more I like it here for sure. We tied binding Adeline. Oh yeah, Roro. You don't think Alaska has a Comic-Con? I almost held back the Deathrite. Good ass Tidebinder, huh? There's something to serve with the sleeper, and then if they trade, we get our Adeline back. This feels like a trade down. Hey, Fiboyat, thanks for 45 months. Looks like they flooded a bit there, Probably could be, though, huh? I guess most things could be. Correct, I'm random. That's why I played my land before serving, They want to make sure that the interpreter doesn't die to a lightning bolt during your draw step, right? Suppose. Bye, Elspeth. We got the Philia Containment Priest combo. And the opponent has no critters for us. Blink. I'm not gonna blink any of my creatures here because of the Containment Priest. I guess I could blink the Containment Priest itself. Kind of punished for cracking a clue. Guess we'll see what they do. What do you got, Rex Ludix? I wonder if they should have tapped the Academy first before cracking the star. Good afternoon, 7. How's Cube going? Cube is going awesome. We had a trophy with one of the better decks that I've had in a long time. You saw the turn 2 Battlesphere Narset Spiral? Yeah. Come on, Mana Crypt, come on. Is there a clip of that? No. I mean, that whole draft is worth watching, though. Most of our draws were pretty fucked up. Still got that Mana Crypt. Some Lava Boots. Wouldn't be surprised if they're chilling on a Tinker this whole game. The Containment Priest was just great. So they can't let me untap with this Death Rider. It's just, I can just drain by itself. Is this a spot where I actually want this? Oh, we want Plunderer for sure. Yeah, I mean, I can try it, right? How am I doing? Doing great, friend. I might cut Emperor Bones here. Kind of a weird cut. It's just like a good card. Gotta cut something, though. Tonight's jam's a particular playlist. Yeah, this is my my folk playlist. Yeah, the troll cannot get a red source. So his hand's not particularly good. If you could turn to the Plunder, I'd like it a lot better. Possible I should just be mulling. Opponent's got a spicy opener, huh? It's a lot of mana turn 1. Yeah, the first mulligan's almost free, right? Just like a free check towards getting a Mox. Playing fast enough. And then if you mulligan and you get like a mediocre 6, it's like, okay, well, those will be as good as the opener. What I'm saying is that this should have been a mull. Even like before we saw what the opponent was doing. Birdie beats. Mana Crypt, evening up the life totals a little bit. If we had a land, I think we'd just snap Vindicate the Academy. Remove a lot of their ability here. Skyclaving Mana Crypt's also very tempting. Well, this is a Cryptic. All three of our red cards are here. You love 16 horsepower so much. There's a vibe there, huh? There's a very distinct vibe there. I mean, this pack here. The Academy is helpful, but not enough. Not enough in that spot. Yeah, I like Plunder in the opener, but let's see if we can find a hand that can play it maybe after off of a Mox Diamond or something. On the play. I was just talking about how these hands are kind of free to maul. I did kind of want to try out Chariot against them. These cards are a lot better on the play. Rude. Yeah, I thought about blind naming Mana Crypt, but then I decided to wait until he played something. Potentially dangerous card to cast into a Daw theme. If I can rip an untapped mana here, then I can play Shieldred, use that to create Chariot, attack them down to 14, and then cast Voidwalker for the Twister. But I do need the mana. I do need one more mana here. Come on, mana. Untapped land, please. Yes! This game was dedicated to my opponent's Time Twister. Thank you, Dothy. I guess, huh? Yes. We're here in the finals. I should be mulliganing this, huh? I keep on talking about how I need to mulligan hands that look like this, and then I'm like, yeah, lands and spells. Let's fucking go. It's so hard. It's so hard to have good mulliganing discipline. Would I take a stip after this draft? What are you thinking, Osprey? I'd love to do a stip. I'm going to have a very special stip next Tuesday, starting around this time, starting at 7 p.m. Central Time. We got a guest coming on the lead singer of Lords of the Trident, a power metal band local to here in Madison. We'll get to chat about his band, chat about the music fest that he runs, Mad with Power. And, yeah, and he'll help me draft a vintage cube deck that's the most power metal vintage cube deck of all time. You want me to draft around Bright Glass Gearhulk? I can do that, Osprey. I'm in... I guess I'm just, like, getting a Surveil land here. Not very exciting. Kind of feels like this Golos is going to get activated this game. Either works, Osprey. $20. $20 or I charge for stip drafts. I like that the hero can pump the Jacked Rabbit. This actually be an interesting spot for Elspeth, huh? Just Elspeth jump the rabbit. Spit out enough 1/1s to get a troll. Got me. Oh, I did these wrong. But at least I'm pumping the Jacked Rabbit before it spits out tokens. Could have been worse. Just left 2 damage on the table, though. Are they eating a 1/1? Wonder where I left the rat there, or the rabbit there. This is a Golos spin. Sure looks like a Golos spin. Finds a Shinobi in a land. Hey, Osprey, thanks for $25. That'll be a fun one. That'll be a fun one. See if we can get the Gearhulk. See if we can, like, ephemerate Blinket or something. The mana cost is hard, but, like, green-white's good if you just want to do it, if that's what you're in the mood to do. There we go. Well, we had kind of a mopey opener, but Hero Bladehold got to do the thing. We'll take that, huh? We'll take those. Actually, I don't know about Chariot. Chariot named Golos. I mean, I don't even want Plunder. I'm not going to change anything. What I am going to do is go to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back. All right. All right, this has to be a mall. It has to be. This hand's not great, but turn 2 Voidwalker's not nothing. Did they wasteland me last game? I don't remember. I don't remember if that was them. I guess it doesn't matter, huh? We got a backup. Another ripping counter for the Voidwalker. That's okay. It's my only relevant card. Who needs that? Oh, fun build, Phil Belmont. Yeah, I saw like half of their show at Psycho Las Vegas one year. Seemed like they were having fun. You saw them play with the goddamn Gallows. I would really enjoy seeing the goddamn Gallows live. I would get a kick out of that. It seemed like they'd have good energy, huh? Maybe I should just be cycling tower this turn. It's like a second hand, someone to knock him. Exile zone. Troll could be okay. Draw a card, then discard a card. If there are 4 more chorus counters, cast the discarded card without paying its mana cost. I assume it never hits the graveyard there. What's that for? It's tracked where it goes. Gotcha. Interesting. I think I'm just supposed to clear the Jace here. Not keen on letting my opponent keep walkers. Not keen on that at all. Do I want a troll or a Jace is my next question, huh? I don't know. I have no shortage of trolls in chat. I'm all trolled up. No more room in the troll hole. You best get yourself a Jace, Caleb. Well, that Sheldock's turned on, huh? Oh, yeah. Doomwake. Welcome, Doomers. Yeah, give Doomwake that shout out. Y'all follow Doomwake if you don't. If you don't yet. If you're sleeping on something. Dude rocks. The stream rocks. Kind of a bad trade. You followed Doomwake years ago when you'd play Enchantress and Legacy. Really? That's hard for me to picture. Doomwake jamming a ton of Enchantress. The Doomwake lore. But yeah, he's a good player. Plays good decks. Typically plays good formats. And I like his taste in tunes. This Malcolm's playing something for free. Very rarely seen, but we don't have a ton of removal in this deck. So they got Infernal Grasp. It's not bad. Yeah, with me not having a card in hand, I thought there was a solid chance they would like the graveyard's like half lands right now, right? I thought there was a solid chance they might brick. That didn't happen though. Soul Ring deck, Hidden Metamorph, Copy and Crab, sure. That one hit Prismatic Ending Plains. Then he can still hit my Mox Diamond. Oh. Kind of just dead here, I don't think I have any catch-up mechanic at this point. I can just pack this. Yeah, we have a solid amount of anti-hate stuff, or anti-graveyard stuff, because we contain Priest-Hand Voidwalker. I think even the Voidwalker did slow them down a bit. But it wasn't enough by its lonesome. We kept kind of a weak one that last game. Got Deathrite here too, although Deathrite doesn't hit creatures, because my only green source is Mox Diamond. Could add a forest for the Heath to grab. I think that's too much. I think that's too much here. So this could end very poorly for me. Oh, the Prismatic was mine, not the opponent's, that's right. That was my ending to hit off Crab. Sunfall interesting? No, I'm the aggro deck, Monty. If Sunfall is interesting, something's gone really badly, and I'm probably not winning that game, even if I draw the Sunfall at the right point. I'm not going to try and go toe-to-toe with their top end. People have a lot of Magic players tend to hyper-focus on how they lost, and then when you're looking at the sideboard, they start thinking like, okay, well, this card would be good in that spot where I lost. If I board that in, that'll prevent me from losing, and then I can win. And it's like, okay, but the games where you win look a lot different than the games that you lost. And what you're trying to do with your sideboard is guide the games towards what the games look like when you win. Every once in a while, those things line up. It's very rare, though. Draw's been pretty good so far this game. Deck's cooperating. We can play a Thart next turn, huh? Wouldn't hate that. Hell yeah. It's possible that 1/1 counter should be going on the Grief. So they have this huge Occult Epiphany here. I think I'm just going to serve it anyway. Oh, they didn't put Mana Vault into it. Interesting. Hey, Carnage, things at 24 months there, the 2 years. Following for over a decade and subbed for 2 years. Hell yeah, Carnage. One of them long-time viewers, huh? One of them regulars, we call them. Yeah, I was expecting 4 or 5 tokens there. What year did I start streaming? I started streaming in 2014. But I was making content for Channel Fireball for like 3 years before that. Maybe they're digging for balance here, huh? Good balance for us. I don't know about that. Were my first streams off a laptop sitting on my floor? No. So my very first streams, I would stream from my bed in St. Louis. And my my computer was propped up on like a stack of cardboard boxes, but I had a monitor and stuff. And then my keyboard was on my lap and stuff. When I moved to Madison, that's when I had the floor set up. because I didn't have a bed frame, so I'd stream from my floor. It's still me streaming from my bed in both spots. And I did my first 24-hour stream that way, just like sitting on the floor with my legs straight in front of me, keyboard on my lap, mouse on a heavy book. Zern Orb. Yeah. Yeah, someone said good balance for us, and I disagree. This seems really good for them. Oh, I get to keep a creature because they made a pilot token with a Shorokai, so I can just keep Athari. Maybe we're okay then. Anyway, it would trip people up sometimes because I would stand up and like they'd be like seeing like this image of me, right? And then they'd see my legs and they're like, "What the fuck is going on?" They just assume I'm sitting at a computer desk like a normal person. And then I started getting, yeah, I did my first 24-hour stream like that, and it was pretty miserable. At one point, around the 12-hour mark, I, like, spilt granola on my lap, and trying to clean it up, I also spilled water on my lap, so I had this, like, soggy granola thing, like, all over me. It was so bad. Very uncomfortable stream. Nice little trophy here. That deck, I thought, looked very low-powered, huh? A little underpowered, but sometimes those get there. Sometimes they get there. And then when I started getting leg problems for, like, sitting with my legs straight out in front of me, I was like, okay, I need to break down and get a desk.